until we're ready to move forward, and when we do,
Party
it's
at
going to
bridge.
hurt a lot. I mean, they've been... Yep. Big rail orgy and LG orgy there. But Jix getting a nice drop down rail. Wazabot did not see that one coming. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's going to be a shutout for SG, and I'm thinking SG could take this one.
Yeah, I think really not having their fourth player definitely hurt them, because this has been, at the very least, much closer. So, apparently, when you've got James T. Kirk on your team, it pays off.
Shit happened.
Not sure what happened with Rabo there. His mouth just kind of flicked up. Man up advantage going. Definitely too easy in this one. Rabo in a bad way, needing to pull down 3 guys. There's an RJ out of that situation. So Rabo knows that his opponents are pretty weak here, but he's not able to get enough damage on the low health guy in order to even up that situation any better. Here we go, 3 and 2. We're entering the 6th round. Round score 3 and 2. And once again, a party at bridge, but bye-bye Rabo. Much more damage done by Too Easy than was dished out. Waza getting it done. SG losing the man up.
Yeah, the thing about that bridge is, like, you know, we're all going to be there, right? Yep. It's going to hurt a lot, right? Yep. We're going to do it anyway, right? Yep. And that's the way that this has been playing out. Camping and having the party at the bridge each and every time really makes things a little uncertain, and if you want to have a dominant strategy like SG is trying to pull together, that's not something that you want to let play into your enemy's hands.
Yeah. And as that round wound down, we saw some, I think, poor weapon choices by the SG Survivor. He was trying to use rockets when he was facing against a shotgun close range, and all that's going to do is just hurt you more. You might land a rocket, but every point of damage that you do is going to hurt you at that closer range. So, and not to mention that the shotgun, of course, has a much faster reload time than the rocket launcher. So in that situation, I think a better weapon choice would have been matching that shotgun, or maybe even going LG, something like that. 3 and 3 man up situation. Make it 3 and 2 as Etchix is getting on the board with one more frag. We're looking to break this tie. 3 and 3 is the round score.
Now this is something I really like to see earlier in this round, that we had 2 players from SG on the pillars and the other 2 kind of playing the mid, so that any time that there was a skirmish on mid, Rabo was able to rain down the rail and do the damage there, and that, I believe, is what is causing this to be a 3-on-1 scenario. Rabo on the hunt now, looking to get this done, and now just circle around, and they're pretty much just looking to smoke this guy out, get the rails in. Rabo not quite landing him. He looks a little frustrated there now. There's the shotgun from Etjix finishing it off.
And what a shame that Zone Hacks, he landed beautiful rails, and had he knocked off that guy that was RJing up to the rail platform to try and challenge him up there, I think that might have turned out a little bit differently, because he had that height advantage and was really keen with his peak rails. Lots of nade spam going out the RL door, and Etjix meeting up with a teammate at mid, just in front of Q. They're going to be moving over to the bridge and trying to attack rail, and KO is falling down at the wrong time. Surprisingly not double teamed. KO finally going down, and it looks like the final guy caught between 4 SG guys. Good lord, I didn't even see who the poor bastard was that had to survive for the final seconds of that one, but either way, SG taking a narrow lead 5-3. We move into round number 9.
Now this one is not quite been going back and forth the way that we've seen tonight, but SG definitely pulling their own here. But right now I'm not seeing a lot of consistency from these guys, so I think those 3 rounds really went due to the fact that there was a lot of sessing going on top of the bridge, and a lot of damage came out of that, so hopefully SG can kind of get a lockdown, because what I've been seeing from them, as far as, you know, good strategy, when they've been doing it, it's been working, but so far they have not been doing the same thing every round, and what's even worse is that Too Easy has not exactly been playing it up and meeting that kind of challenge and meeting that kind of strategy in order to change things, in order to change the pace of the game, really. So, really, I'm just looking for SG to get a lockdown on this.
Well, that last round went pretty handily to Too Easy. They all started off at bridge, and they've kind of broken off towards pillars. We're going to go take a look at what SG is doing. Yeah, they are turtling the pillars. And so that means the question here becomes, who makes the first move? Oh my goodness, Rainbow is sticking his neck out a little bit too far. So what he's going to do, he's going to back off to a different location and give that sort of front. Yeah, you can see Etjix now is the guy that's kind of stepping up to that plate. Although some great rocket play here. Etjix coming back up, but great rocket play, getting farther in the room than you'd expect. Etjix now trying to make a move out, and I think this is a mistake. Rainbow, though, able to get it done with 4 health. KO evens that score, keeping his team in the advantage. They've fallen back to bridge, and KO going to take it over to Rail, getting pulled apart himself. And Gangsta?
Now, turtling at the pillars is fine and dandy, but all 4 players being at the pillars is not a situation I would want to put myself in, because you really have nowhere to go without the opposing team being able to lock down and get those, you know, those overhead shots pretty easily. So having a couple players at pillars, fine. Having all 4 there, not so much.
Well, see, I think the problem there, okay, pillars is the place where you go when you're going to literally stay there and not leave for the entire round. Because when you do leave, then with the exception of the rocket launcher exit, every other exit puts you into a disadvantageous position on the map. You no longer have height advantage, and you know, so yeah, so basically, you know, if you're going to go to pillars, then you commit there and you stay there. As we saw, as soon as SG left, that's when they got destroyed. This time, though, they're holding bridge.
Really, well, even turtling there and committing to that, really you're just playing the game where they're waiting for you to make a mistake. They know where you are. They know that you're not going anywhere. And so everything is in their court as far as moving in and being in position for you to make that mistake, and everything is in your court as far as actually making that crucial mistake. So all they have to do is wait, and you really got your hands tied if you're sitting there in pillars. So not so much on my part.
I mean, it can work out, but you have to play it like this. Let's go take a look. You know, Too Easy, they are just totally sitting here, and they probably will have enough patience to sit here the entire remainder of the round. Although they are getting torn apart.
Still looking. Yeah, I'm thinking that, you know, especially with the way the map is laid out, if you poke your head out there facing the bridge, you're going to be at a point where you're going to be able to take damage faster. There we go.
Now see, okay.
But see, they're breaking out
They made the call.
That's good.
They made the call and they all left. Look at this. They made the call, they all left, and they swept the map. There you go. Fantastic work.
3, 2, 1.
So that really comes down to team coordination. I mean, you really can't afford to let one guy out. It's got to be 2 or all, or it's got to be coordinated well. But right now, right below the bridge, we're seeing a lot of damage, and a lot of players are going to go down very quickly. Kirk and Gangsta on SG here. And now, ooh, Gangsta actually gets the clutch rail and nails that one back. And now we're still looking at a 7-6, so this is far from over.
Yeah, Gangster definitely rocked a slug in the temple of his opponent there. Getting it done 7-6. This thing is very close in rounds, guys. We're looking at round number 14 in play right now. And man-up advantage went handedly over to Too Easy. Now with only one guy surviving, it's Edgix, and he's facing off against 4. This won't happen. So we're going to see this thing tied, guys. There it is. 7-7.
That was a firing squad situation. SG after SG was going down into right over where the red armor spawns, and pretty much all 4 members of Too Easy were there in order to just rain down the LG. So it was just one after another.
A great air control by Kirk at the start of that round. He got popped by a rocket and started to go off. His opponent was lining up a follow-up shot with a bit of splash damage with the rocket as he was falling down. He airstrafed back and was able to dodge that rocket and come out on top. Let's go take a look. Remaining 2 for Too Easy. Doc up at RL facing off against Rainbow, about to be double teamed, I think. Yeah, there he is. He doesn't even notice the guy behind him. And he gets pulled down at 37 health, but he plugs Kirk point blank. But it's all for naught. SG wins.